I am the big tank.
On the battlefield of life, nothing's harder than a tank. Yeah, have you ever met a man, hearts full of love, bigger than a tank?
Big tank.
He served in a few wars, he's a veteran that stands for a cause. For the best interviews and news, just keep it glued to the tank.
I am the tank, big tank.
Tank Talk.
Tank.
Big Tank Talk.
Tank. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Big Tank Talk. Today we have one of my favorite guests making her second appearance on the show. Gangster Granny, welcome to Big Tank Talk again.
It's fucking bad when the fingers didn't work and you can't poke things right. Thank you very much,
Right.
Tank. That's fair. I would just like to correct, this is actually my third.
Yeah, but it's the second one live. It's the second live interview. So,
I did, well, yeah, it is, because one was a stand-in back then as well, so yeah.
so my interviews always start with the same question. You've had it before and you're going to get it again. Tell us about yourself and how you came to be on Clapper.
Because I'm a fucking dick and I like putting my fucking face out in the front of the camera and everybody's just like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, no, like I said, back then I started out because higher complaining about how hard their life is. But I thought it was unfair because they're caring for people that are going to die. What's it like for the person who's going to die? So yeah, we started out and I literally put out about the fact that my husband was dying and he allowed people to watch that right up until the day he died. Late husband, obviously, because I did get remarried. Thank you very much, Karen. How's married life treating you? He's still alive. Does that count?
That's a plus.
It's actually okay. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself for the time being, but I do have to go back and I have to leave him behind. So yeah,
Yeah,
which is not.
we'll get into that a little bit later, Val. Everybody loves a good story, so why don't you tell us how you and Ted met?
Oh shit. We actually met in Clapper, just over 2 years ago. He was actually in about 2 years past February, March. He was in 2D's Live. Fucking bucket loads, Paul, bucket loads. I need to stop looking at the screen. And all I saw when I first met him, like when I first looked at the box, all I saw was Santa Claus. And that was my response. Hello, Santa. Can I sit on your knee? I said, we'll talk about the first thing that pops up. And the first thing he actually did was showed me his wedding ring. And I was like, yeah, okay, it's just a bit of banter. I was just having a bit of fun. I saw him a couple of times in, like 2 or 3 lives after that, but we never really spoke. And then a year ago, just past a year ago, I received, actually not on Clapper, I hadn't seen him or spoke to him in a year. I saw a friend request on Snap. Now, I will not add people on Snap. People that know me, just don't even go looking for me because you would not find me on Snap, not under the names that everybody thinks. I kept myself hidden on there. So if you are lucky enough to have my Snap, it is a privilege, believe you me. But his came across the screen and I was like, ooh, I know who that is. And I added him and I didn't speak to him. He didn't respond that day. The next day he sent a picture, but it wasn't until the 8th of June last year when he sent a picture and it said having a great day, whatever. And I responded with having a very sad day today. And instead of like normal, chit chat back and forward, he actually called me, and he's called me every fucking day. He says that man stalked my life. I had to give in and just fucking marry him just to get peace and quiet, and it didn't work. I'm just going to say that right now. So, I mean, I did try hard though.
Now,
So yeah,
I got to repeat. I got to repeat Paul's question. Since you've been out there in Indiana, how much trauma have you put Bugs and Steve through?
To be honest, I think they'd have to answer that question. But have I come up with some really weird ideas? Well, yeah, I made Bugs fucking do the crazy fucking zombie dance. Do you know what I mean? In the middle of the garden without her realizing what she was fucking getting into. Did I run around in a bumblebee costume at Indianapolis Airport and Walmart in Fort Wayne? Yeah, I fucking did. And met Blues in the middle of the fucking Walmart at the same time. So most of the time we just got to keep to ourselves. I do most of the cooking, which I'm quite happy with. So because I can actually eat the food that I cook, and that's not against anybody there. I'm in Indiana, yeah.
Yeah, Brando, she's in Fort Wayne, Indiana right now.
And then it makes it easier. What I can't get over is the price of you guys' food and the stuff that you guys have in your fucking tins. Holy Mother of God, your packet foods and everything. What's my favorite? Well, if I was to say for Bugs, it's either my macaroni, because it's made fresh, or my paschetti, my paschettis. Spaghettis and balls, spag balls. That's what we call it, because it's not Italian. Even though it's an Italian dish, I've changed the recipe to suit my like what I like, and I make it fresh because I'm a diabetic. So it makes the one thing I've found over here, and I've been ending myself. I got angry. Don't get me wrong, it was driving me fucking insane, because the minute I said I needed to eat, as a diabetic, the first thing my husband kept doing was trying to shove donuts in my face. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But it's because a lot of the diabetics over here use that as an excuse to eat fucking sugar. And I'm like, no, fucking no. No sugar and shit, no donuts. And it's taken a bit of time, but that's his late wife did exactly that. So he made an assumption that all the diabetics, because that's what his late wife was like. And I'm like, no. Okay.
If I'm having a low blood sugar, Val, I will drink something, orange juice, milk, because milk will bring your blood sugar up.
There you go. Orange juice.
Like orange juice is probably the best thing.
I actually made, you guys call it a strawberry shortcake or something. We just call it a strawberry sponge cake. So I made that. I'm struggling a little bit with your double cream. But when I make my sponge, I'm only using 4 ounces sugar and 4 ounces of flour. And everybody's like, no, you can't do that. So when I made them, and Bugs was like, it's a little bit denser and heavier. Yeah, because I'm a diabetic. A diabetic can eat that. If I was to make a proper light, fluffy, so-called sponge cake,
it would spike your blood sugar big time.
Yeah, and I'm a hyperglycemic, so my blood sugars are like way up through the fucking roof, like seriously through the roof, and I have to keep them down as much as is humanly possible. So yeah.
I'd like to take a minute, Val, and remind you that you're not the host this time. I will happily read the questions for you as they come up. You don't have to read them.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but I've got
it's hard not to. But
that's because I do a lot of lives. So yeah, you get into that kind of thing. Yeah.
Paul wants to know what's the best thing you found to eat since you've been out here, knowing that the price is high out here.
You mean, what have I eaten that hasn't made me sick? Literally physically throwing up. McDonald's. Big Mac, extra pickles. I'm just saying. So,
no, I'm an American. I'm an American,
I've
Val.
done most of the cooking this time.
I'm an American, Val, but I will tell you there is so much extra unnecessary bullshit in American food.
Oh, I have to
Yeah,
go through the tins.
yeah.
I mean,
I do want to
there
do.
was one there today. I love chocolate nuts. Now I'm allergic to peanuts and walnuts, so I have to be very very careful with absolutely everything out here. But I found chocolate almonds, not almonds, Brazil nuts. And the only reason I didn't get them, they're charging $8 for this little fucking pot. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with, like, I can get them for like $1.99 back home. So, and
Right.
a lot fucking more. And it was the same with I was going to make Mars bar cake. Okay. Over here, it would be called fucking Milky Way cake because our Mars bars, you call Milky Way. And when I looked at the price, you got to be fucking kidding me. It's like £2 for one bar. I'm like, what the fuck? It's absolutely ridiculous. Hi, Nisi. Hi, honey. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Nisi, reach out to little Val and let her know that the interview with Gangster
No,
Granny is going on right now.
I'm very, very Scottish. I'm as if you do I sound like I come from Ireland? What is what is that I was going to try and say there? The most Irish
No,
thing.
trust me. If you've met Irish people, she doesn't sound Irish. She does sound like she's from Scotland.
One
That's
on
just
one
my
for
personal.
$20. Follow me. Fuck off. You're
Yeah,
not
you're
worth it.
gone.
I got better tits than you. Sorry. I just like. Oh, come on. Let me play. Let me play. What, the Scottish accent or the Irish one?
So I have a question for you, Val. Believe it or not, hard to believe I got a question on an interview. Um, your your group your group on Clapper is called the Shocker Crew. I'd like you to
No
explain
time.
how
No
they
time.
got the name the
No
Shocker
time.
Crew.
Ah, come on, Tank. Come on. Ah, can we just do the fucking Scottish alphabets? Ah, fuck. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay. The official
Val,
Shocker Crew.
you don't have to answer any question you don't want to. You know that.
So people think it's where you're going to get a shock. You know, we're not anything fucking like that. There, so, oh shit, he's here too. So the shocker crew it's to do with the shocker. Actually, Tank's better at giving you the shocker. There we go. Now, over on TikTok, and we're talking a lot of years ago now, I had a friend called Mark Jalone, and he used to leave his friends and he would come to my lives. And this one night, you know, like they were in the live. I'd already met Steve, Bugs, Paul, all of them. They were all with me. And we were doing this live, and they were going on about different things. And they came out with a shocker. And I was like, and Mark kept looking at me and he said, you don't know what that is. Now, bearing in mind at this time, I'm like 58, 59 fucking years old. And I'm what the fuck? And I was like, no. Now, unlike normal fucking people, okay, like normal people would just tell them straight, no. They went, no, okay, I'll take that back. Normalish people, okay, normalish people would just tell you straight, but they didn't. You're missing a pinky toe? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, thank you. 10 years and then some courtesy. So yeah, it took them about 15, 20 minutes. And here's the thing, they threw in Neapolitan fucking ice cream. Okay. And
Welcome in, little Val.
eventually I worked out with how they were going around it, what the shocker was. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Once I realized, do you know my first response? What the fuck has that got to do with Neapolitan ice cream? So
Well, now
yeah,
for those of you that
I'm
don't
like,
understand, think about the colors of Neapolitan ice cream.
well, see, I didn't. It honestly did not fucking register in my brain. So yeah, I was thrown out with that. So when we came over to Clapper, someone had already given me the name Gangster Granny while I was on TikTok. When I came over to Clapper, I took the name and went with it. The thing is, when I came over here, I did a video. I started the account, I did a video, and then I left for 3 months. 3 months. I just left it. I came back after the 3 months and I started going live because I was done with fucking TikTok. Absolutely done. I was tired of being continuously banned because people didn't like the way I cussed. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like me, do you know what I mean? Fuck off. There are hundreds and thousands, millions of other fucking lives that you can go and fucking visit. If you don't like someone, you don't have to fucking stay. And no, you're quite correct. Now, when I did come over here, someone else, they did follow me. His name was David. He liked to be very much like Jesus. I'm just going to say Jesus. He needed Jesus, I can tell you that. And he built a group called the Shocker Crew. I was the only one that wasn't there, but he was building it because I didn't understand this riding someone else's coattails. And it wasn't until like my daughter was like, why isn't my mum in here? If it wasn't for my mum, you wouldn't have the Shocker at the end of the day, the Shocker Crew. And he was like, oh, she's been invited. I never got any of it invited. He just didn't want me in there because of that. And then someone said, you need to put the official Shocker Crew. So that is how the group is now the official Shocker Crew. And is still standing to this day. I mean, I let people talk about me. You want to fucking slag me off. You want to call me a hoe? Fucking yes, I want that trophy. I did try. And so the only other way I can get to be a hoe is I got married and I can get it whenever I fucking want. I'm just saying. Just
And for those of you that don't know, I am a part of the Shocker Crew. I just don't have the Shocker Crew profile picture.
You do have one, though, don't you?
And Big Val, Little Val wants to know, what is slag me off?
Slag you off. Okay, so being a slag over here, not over here, but being a slag back where we are, that is one of the biggest insults. You can call a woman a whore, a prostitute, anything like that, a slut. It means fuck all. Calling them slag, that's the same thing as doing that behind your back. I mean, Jesus Christ, the amount of fucking slagging I've had to take is unreal. And yet it just is like water off a duck's bark, because seriously, if you're going to try and make me cry, you're going to have to fucking find something really, really, really hard. No, it's not going to happen.
Hold on.
Oh, dear
Courtesy.
God,
Courtesy, trust me when I tell you, Val is not anybody's mascot. She is absolutely the ringleader of the Shocker Crew. And if you ever doubt it, hang around one of the lives that she does for a few, try a few of those and tell me if you still think she's just a mascot.
No, no way am I a mascot. The other thing is, here, Brando, I'm in the middle of an interview. Don't. Thank you. She's a ringleader, Alvin. Do you know what? I get that all the time. The thing is, the people in the Shocker Crew are actual individual people that can go along, do what they want, talk to who the fuck they want. Even if it's people that I don't talk to. This is the thing. I allow people to be who the fuck they are. If you come to me with a fake face and a fake persona, I'm going to accept you exactly as you present yourself. So if you aren't real and you aren't fake, that's on your fucking shit when you get caught out. Do you know what I mean? If you, like, Tank got to meet me, but Tank got to meet me in an exceptionally quiet environment. And believe you me, I was very, very quiet because I was not allowed to be me, because there was too many oldies there. And I love Vamp to bits, but she's a fuddy-duddy. Okay, she's a fucking fuddy-duddy. So yeah, if you need translations, good fucking luck with that as well. I'm just saying.
Little Val said she wants a how did she put it? Hold on, I want to get this right. A granny to midget translation video.
A granny, a what?
a granny to midget translation video. So put it so that in a video so that little Val understands what you mean.
Wait a minute, I can do that right here without doing a video. Are you watching, little Val? Fuck off. What? How much more fucking precise can you get than that? Fuck off. Okay, there you go. There's granny to midget fucking translation. It works.
And courtesy, I saw your comment. While this might be a good representation of what of the shocker, I'm not just a mascot either. I'm an fully interactive part of the.
People do like people. Some people do have an issue with my accent, but if you were to meet a few other Scottish people like Celia, they'll all tell you I'm a very posh Scot. Okay. I never take offense, courtesy. I always take a deep post. It's easier to
Val's
run the fucking
accent is very, very easy to understand. Spend a few minutes talking to Michael.
Now you see that he's West Coast. He's a Ouija. He is literally West Coast. I'm East Coast. But the other thing is, I left home to go live in Germany. You know, like for 5 years, and while I was out there, no one could understand me. So I had to learn how to to pronounce my words better. As you can tell, I still struggle, like seriously struggle. I do pronounce my words better and I talk a lot slower. I mean, if I was back home and I was having a conversation, like I've been in the middle of a live when I've had a delivery and such things like that. And they're like, what the fuck did you just say? Because they can't keep up.
Little Val says, does posh mean bougie?
I don't know what bougie means.
I'll let little Val handle that one. I will say this now, Val, people get you seriously pissed off. That speaking slower goes out the window.
Okay, I was going to admit to that. Okay, so if you do get me mad, and forget getting me angry, because the only word you'll ever understand is the word fuck. Everything else would be right out the window. Can you tell us off how you would someone back home? The same as what I would date, the same way as I would date here. You'd either get called a fucking idiot or a bampot. Like, get to fuck. You're gleek it. You're fucking hack it. But I love hack it because people are like, what's she talking about? So you like, shut the fuck up, you hack it fuck. Okay? So that's me just calling you ugly. I walk.
And Val, the only reason I brought Michael up is because I've been in a live with Michael and I had to translate for him because I could understand what he was saying, but I was the only one.
Yeah, he's see, I can keep up with him. And for anybody that doesn't know, my thoughts go out to everybody because of the American thing, and I know about the Iranian fucking strike that took place, but also for Michael because Michael has just gone back into the fucking army, which I'm like, what the fuck. Brando, I'm going to say thank you very, very much for that. But I don't have ADHD. I have ADLD. Mine is I have ADLD. So yeah. Vito, you're not allowed to read my lips anymore. Just saying. You're not even allowed to do it in Braille. Get fucked. So yeah. So if you want to know what ADLD means, it means attention deficit lunatic disorder. Okay, just so you know, L's for a lunatic.
To help people get a better understanding of you, I know the answer to this, but tell us about being in the military, in particular, being an engineer in the military.
Yeah, when I first joined, so we're going back to 1985. October the 1st, I signed on the dotted line, and I was not with the engineers or anything like that. Back then, you had the WRAC, which is the Women's Royal Army Corps, and they had 3 trades, which was administerial, medical and catering. Okay, so you either worked in the fucking medical field, in the field hospitals, in the catering, doing the cooks, or you were a fucking secretary running around like a blue ass fly after the fucking after after. Okay, so I do apologise if I switch into Scott. So yeah, after running after the officers, um, the early 90s, beginning in the 90s, early 90s. So I will give you my service number, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to give you my service number because it is out of commission, which is WO803424. Corporal Gill at your service. So yeah, but they only ever called me Sapper P, and I was grateful for that. But while I was in the WRAC, I was classed as a private, and it was from private 4 up to private 1. I did become a private 1, and they decided that the tri-services were disbanding the WRAC. And to bear in mind that the WRAC, we were loaned out to all the different services, whether it was infantry, whether it was Air Force, whether it was Navy, you know what I mean, the engineers, wherever, that's where we were sent out. We were like put into position there. At that time, I happened to know Captain McRae. Fuck, I do apologise. Captain Riley. And he'd called when I was at Frimley Green, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Fucking sitting twiddling my thumbs." And he said, "There's a posting coming up." And I was like, "Okay." Like, I said, "Where about?" Now, at the time, he said RAF Lookers. Now, all tri-services were there. We're talking like the Ark Royal. So the Navy, the Army, and Air Force were all on this one base. And I was like, "What the hell?" I said, "I don't know anything about fucking engineering. What the fuck is this shit?" But I went. I took the posting because nobody else fucking wanted it. But when I realised just how close to home it was, because the one thing that I haven't mentioned is when by the time I joined, I was 24 years old. I had 2 children, and I had to sign a pink slip so that my parents could take over looking after my children. And people were like, "How could you do that?" Because it was the only way I could feed and clothe and give a roof over my kids' head. So I needed to do something where I could see to them. And when I realised I could be at home, I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I'm in." Married quarter, kids, that was me. I was absolutely fucking sunk on that. So yeah, in the 90s, they just disbanded, and I was, my claim to fame, I was one of the first ever females to get integrated into the Royal Engineers, for which I'm highly proud of. I will say that. And
As you should
then
be.
16 years in, they transferred me to the REME. So I spent the last 12 years with the REME before I was medically fucking retired. 28 years service. So yeah, and I've been out now for 13 years, I think. 13. Wait a minute, 51. I was 51. So it'll be 13 years this year. In fact, 13 years just passed since I retired. So yeah.
Well, I have a lot of respect for anybody that serves the military, whether it's American military or military around the world. It takes a lot to do that, especially. Yeah, and you served long enough to retire. I didn't do that, but I take my hat off to you for that.
I get a pension, but it's a pittance. But I do get my pension, so I'm okay with it. Do you know what I mean?
Now, Paul asked, "Where did your
Rambo,
love
it
of
was
singing
bad.
come?" Paul asked, "Where your love of singing comes from?"
Um, excuse me. I would like to say that, do you know what? I'm going to come back to that. Brando, the reasoning for the medical discharge, okay, and I will say this in here and you won't probably hear about it again. I have a tumour at the base of my skull, crushing my spinal cord. So while I'm like this for the time being, hopefully I will be like this till the day I die, which will be eventually. So yeah, it it did start causing issues. As for my singing, I was born very much into a Christian family. My father was singing in the choir, church choir, right up until he died at the age of 62. We were encouraged with music in the house growing up. Occasionally, all I would hear was, "Are you listening to that fucking nonsense and pish?" But he never ever stopped me. But see, the thing is, I also like Scottish music. I loved the old Ceilidh and the dance music and the pipes. So because I got to do a whole spectrum of it. Something like, who was it? Led Zeppelin. I got made to sing one night. I was like, what the fuck? And a lot of them actually liked it. I was like, seriously.
Vito says, did you ever try out for a Scottish high school musical?
No, but I can tell you this much. Wait a minute. Remember, you've got to remember, I went to school in the 60s and 70s, for fuck's sake. Can I do the sword dance, the Scottish sword dance, the Highland Fling? I don't know if I could do it now, but I was able to book and do it back then. So yeah, we did it. We learned mostly Scottish dancing and things like that. Gay Gordons and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I used to do Highland dancing. I used to do ballet dancing.
Does Gangster Granny twerk?
Not anymore. I will be 64 in August, and no, I do not do the twerking anymore.
I had to ask. Now, I have a question about a specific song, Val, and I think you know what the song is. When are you going to release Black Coffee?
Do you know what? I will. I am going to try and make an effort when I actually
Some of us have been waiting for. Some of us have been waiting quite a while for that.
I know, due to drama queens on this fucking app, it where it should have been out a year past February, and it was supposed to be getting sorted out due to the drama queens. No,
Welcome
unfortunately, Brando, no. But I will be kind enough, and I will actually go, and I will put my computer on so that I can actually do one of Tank's favourite songs, actually a few people's favourite song. So I will actually do this. Talk amongst yourselves while I go inside. Thank you.
Right, Bugs, you're right. Absolutely right. It's a song she covered, 20 years ago, Val?
2009.
Okay, 15 years ago, 14 years ago. And it got remixed, and there's been some drama brought out about that. But it's if you've not heard it, if you guys have not heard her sing Black Coffee, you're in for a treat, because it's a really phenomenal song, and she does it very well.
Apart from that, you can ask me another one.
Yeah. While you're fixing that all up, whose idea was Twisted Karaoke?
That's Paul's. So yeah, we do come up with other ideas. At the moment, I was the one that came up with the dates and the months. Paul's added the extra, but Paul was the one who initially.
No, that's a good thing. I'm still not ready to do, because you guys, number one, everything you sing is karaoke, which I still don't do, and then twisted karaoke. So I'm not ready for regular karaoke, let alone twisted. But if you guys, if you've never observed twisted karaoke, they do it on Tuesday, right? Tuesdays, same day I do my karaoke live.
Yes.
And then on Saturday, I'm pretty sure they do it on Saturdays too.
Sometimes on a Saturday. 1 second, guys.
One of these days, Paul, I might just take you up on it.
Still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. This is one thing I think is absolutely what Bug said there. The fact that everyone, that people said that it was our original. No, I've never ever claimed it as original. I've always stated up front it's a Lacey J. Dalton who originally recorded the song back in 1990, and it went to number 15 in the charts. I came across it during a dance session, would you believe? I actually came across it, and I was like, oh, I fucking like that. And it stayed in my head. So in 2009, I did, in fact, do you know what? I'm going to let's see if I can do this. Just give me 1 second, please.
No problem, Val. I can vouch for that. I've heard this song many times. She's never claimed it was an original work of hers. She's always said it's a song that she covered. My personal opinion, she does it better than Lacey J. Dalton did. But that's just my personal opinion. In the meantime, while she's getting that set up, friends, I want to remind you again, this interview is interactive. If you have questions you'd like Val to answer, they can be serious, they can be more lighthearted. Please type them in. My mods will pin them and we will get them asked.
What I am going to do is I am going to let you hear what I recorded. I mean, you're only getting a few bits of it. What I recorded back in 2009, and every backing singer in this fucking song is me. Okay, just so you know. So this will show you how much my voice has changed since back then. Black coffee, blue morning, toast is burning and the rain keeps pouring. Bad feeling, I'm losing you. Now I am going to stop it there because not only have we taken that and we kind of jazzed it up a little bit, and this is what we have now. That I do sing on this one. Black coffee, blue morning, toast is burning and the rain keeps pouring. Bad feeling, I'm losing you. Black coffee, green envy, jealous of the way that you used to love me. Bad feeling, I'm losing you. I don't know if I can live without you. I don't know if I can understand it. I don't know if I can. Know if I can. If I could only think of one good reason to make this crazy love affair worth leaving, then you know that I would. You know that I would. Black coffee, red morning, no good news on the news this morning.
Hey, Steve.
Bad feeling, I'm losing you. I don't know if I can live without you. I don't know if I can understand it. I don't know if I can. Know if I can. If I could only think of one good reason to make this crazy love affair worth leaving, then you know that I would. You know that I would. Black coffee, blue morning, toast is burning and the rain keeps pouring. Bad feeling, I'm losing you. I've got this bad feeling, I'm losing you. That feeling I'm losing you. So there you go. Oh,
Just as good as it ever has been, Val.
thanks, guys.
Now, I got a question for those people out there, and this is advice you've already given to me. For those people out there that always wanted to sing but never really did it, what would your advice to them be?
If you cannot do it with the camera on to begin with, it doesn't really matter. Get the fuck up there and you just belt it out at the top of your fucking lungs. Because the only person you need to please is yourself. That's why he needs to come and do fucking Twisted, because it doesn't matter. Okay. Thank you. Just go. I'll get a shovel to the back of his head later.
Thank you, Steve. So I want to ask, because this is a pro clapper sort of interview. I like clappers, so I like to educate people. So tell me, what is the gangster granny way of dealing with trolls?
Okay, are we talking the ones that ask for a titty slip, or like a nip slip? Guys, you knock yourselves out if that's what you want to ask for. Just be prepared. Because my response is, once you send me a picture of you sucking your own dick, then we're good. I'm quite happy with that. Most of the time, I'll say, fucking bring it. Try your best. I mean, I love the ones that go, you're fucking old. Yeah, hi. I look in the mirror every fucking day. Come on. Try something even better. You're wrinkly. Well, yeah, wait till you see what happens to you when you get to this fucking age. Like, be a little bit more original. Do you know what I mean? And if you want to see me tuck my titties down in my socks, you're going to have to wait an extra couple of years, because they don't even get to my waist at the moment. So I did say boobies.
Yeah. Yes, you did say boobies.
I got that. I would normally say titties, but Teddy's got me on the word boobies. That's his favorite thing, boobies. So yeah.
Yeah, Val, I get a lot of that, commenting about me being old, like I don't see what I look like in the mirror or on camera. I mean, my attitude on growing old. It's a blessing that a lot of people don't get to experience. So I take it. I call me old every day.
I think it wasn't that long ago. I do go through scrolling through lives every now and again, just to see, like what other people are talking about, what other shit's going on in the world. But I think one of my favorite, I went into this live and they actually asked me up in the box, and I was like, hi, Jodie. And I was like, do you know what? This is great. And she was like asking, she said, how old are you? So I told her, and she's like, this woman's like 54, 55. And she says, are you still doing it at your age? I'm not fucking dead. Of course I'm fucking doing it at my age. What? Like, when do you want to fucking stop doing it? She goes, well, doesn't it dry up? If yours is dried up, honey, you're with the wrong fucking man. I'm just saying. Like, no, fucking, no,
yes,
you
Steve,
do
you
not,
can ask
Steve.
questions.
No, Steve cannot.
Okay.
We like gun oil, little Val. I'm just saying.
Little Val is right. If a woman's drying up, there are things she can do. Don't just accept it and call yourself done. That's dumb.
No. That's called get another man, because the one you're with is not fucking doing it for you. I'm just saying.
Now, I do have another question I want to ask, because I scroll through your videos before I interview you. Several. Now, this is not a bad question, Val. You have several videos, and the title of the video is Creator Antics. So I'm kind of curious what inspires those antics, and how does one become part of the Creator Antics?
It depends on what goes through my head. Like someone said here, squirrel moment, because I squirrel off in so many different fucking areas and all the fucking time. We could be sitting having a conversation about, the price of coal and lighting a fire, and I'll be fucking making a video about fucking stars and aliens on the fucking moon, which has got nothing whatsoever to do with what we're discussing. It's just one of those, hi sweetheart, and it's just one of those things.
Welcome in,
The
Ted.
Creator Antics one, I have done quite a few, but it's because I'm scrolling through and I'll see something, I'll go, I could change that and make it into this. And then I'll come to you lot and say, I need you to do me a video that says this. One of my favorite ones was when I got a lot of people to send me a quick video with the word how. And it was just plain and simple, how. And all I said at the beginning was, how do you get a lot of people to say the word how? Just like this. And you literally, they were all like, how. I was like, oh, it was, how do you get, it was like, I can't remember how I actually said it, but the way it came out, it was fucking hilarious because everybody was like, how. Yeah. But then again, I've done one with my bestie. And I said, I need you to give me a video where you make it look like you're pushing me over. She dressed a fan in the kids' fucking clothes and a little blonde wig. And I was like, I'm not that fucking little. Okay. I'm not that little. But the video came out absolutely fucking amazing. So yeah, most of the stuff I do with my bestie. There she is, Bugs. Most of my
So
fucking,
because
I
there's
dropped
no
her in the
set,
shit.
so because there's no real set rules on your Creator Antic, are you open to suggestion for those as well?
Oh fuck, hell yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't want to be accused of being repetitive when I do interviews, but I would love to revisit you being a Smurf because Christmas is coming. We're halfway through the year,
I love you,
and
Tank.
there are still plenty of people that have pictures of you all blue. So, I'd like to do this as a way for you to shout out your charity that you guys support every year because I fully support it as well.
We are going to be doing it this year. It went on the wheelie it went a little bit skew with last year due to, again, circumstances with other creators. But we are intending to actually get this up and running again this year. And it is for the children. It's a children's charity. A lot of people they do go on about the fact that, oh yeah, well, we're not sending you gifts. No, we don't want that. The way it works is there is a link, will go up in the bios, and you put your donations straight to the charity. But when you're putting your donations in, before it even starts, there will be a list of things that will take place. Now, we do have to work on the dynamics for this year due to the fact that I will not be in Britain. I will actually be stateside for the start of the charity. And we usually do it for the 6th, 7th of the month because the 7th of December is what we call Ugly Christmas Jumper Day. Okay. So everybody that's got all the ugly Christmas jumpers that you can get, like your reindeer, fuck me, I'm going to have to pack them in my case and bring them with me. I have my nip slip Christmas jumper that for anybody that hasn't seen that one. So yeah, I do have that. Craig's got his dad bod one and things like that. And we do things that people will donate to see, and it depends on the money. Like, I won't be doing a Smurf there. You just all the fucking time, Beetle. I mean, I will be, for people that want to see me as a blue Smurf, I will be a blue Smurf on Halloween this year. I do have an ugly. It's not.
Yeah, yes, heard it,
we
see
just
it.
call
I've
it.
seen it, and you got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I
What
do
she's
have a
talking
slip
about
jumper.
is whatever events they set, there's a certain fundraising threshold that has to be met. And if it gets met, then whatever that event is, they'll do it. Whoever's
So
agreed to take part will do that. So
the
last
thing
year,
is, in Britain, for every pound that is donated, our government actually donates the same amount. So if we make like 1.5 grand, our government will put in
match
one
it.
and a half grand. And this is because it's for the children. It is literally for underprivileged children and orphans, and it's for Christmas. That is one of the best things about this. I will state that this year, honey, you are in here and you're listening, aren't you? I think. This year there will be, because there was a lot of fucking money got put in, because I had to do a back sack and crack. Okay, as a smart, which, like, live, you do not get to see the naked body. I'm just going to let you know that now, but you do get to see my goddamn face. So yes, my darling husband is going to let me do, well, he's not going to say in the mat. So yes, there will be a back sack and crack, but like I said, the money raised will have to get up to the 1.5K for me to do that to him. And I can honestly say my darling hubby is a little bit on the hairy side. So yeah, it's going to be highly interesting to see how that one works. But I think they want me dressed as an Oompa Loompa. So wait a minute, does that mean I'm orange with green hair?
That if you're an Oompa Loompa, yeah.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
So
Getting that
Val,
paint
I'd like
off
to
is
take a
fucking
moment.
hilarious.
I'd like to interrupt just for a moment here and announce that next week my interview guests will be, and this is a reschedule because they weren't able to be there the first time. But my guest for my interview next week will be Bluesman and Diamond Lou Official.
And for anybody that doesn't know who Bluesman is, that's my evil twin. Like, literally. Fuck, I'm going to be the same age as him very shortly. Damn it.
Yeah, but he holds his age really well, I think, because he doesn't look his age.
Yeah,
And
he's 60. No, yeah, because he's 64 at the moment.
and
He's 64
I am
right
going to
now.
bring up Val. I am going to bring up when did he discover that he could sing without a hat on his head?
At the wedding, actually, at the fucking wedding, I think. Yeah, because most time he does have a hat on. I have to say, yes.
And if you don't believe that, folks, go look at any of his content because a lot of his videos are him singing, and tell me if you see one without him wearing a hat.
No, wait a
So
minute, Tank. Wait a minute. Can I just interrupt here? So I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, do you
absolutely,
know what, Lindsay? I think we should be looking at having you dressed up. You've got until the 7th of December to sort everything out. 6th, my apologies, 6th of December. Because on the 7th, we all do our ugly jumpers that night, and we do Christmas songs and things like that. I think we'll put Paul in as a Smurf for 500 quid. Just saying. In fact, maybe we'll get, yeah. We'll put Paul in for 500 quid. As I said, Teddy's back sack. What is it? A back sack and crack. It is for the children. So people,
definitely,
please, it is for the fucking children.
it
That's
is.
all
It
you
is
got to keep
definitely a
in your head.
worthwhile. It is a worthwhile charity, y'all. That's why they do
Very
it,
well,
and
worthwhile.
it's the reason. It's the primary reason they do it. The fact that we have fun with it is just a nice bonus.
Yeah, I will need other volunteers. Yeah, sweetheart. Thank you for my
So,
chocolates today.
so Val, the last thing for the interview uh, is going to be offering you an opportunity to do a shout out. But before you do that, I want to do a shout out because I want to shout out Fear the Reaper, Paul. He's become one of my best friends on here, and he is the guy that does screen recording when I do my interviews every week. And he gets them to me, and plenty of time for me to put them into CapCut, make my changes to them so that they're ready to be posted on YouTube. And it's really, truly appreciated. So, Paul, I appreciate you more than I can tell you, brother. Now, Val, this is your opportunity to do a shout out. It can be for whoever or whatever you'd like. But you doing a shout out is how we're going to wrap up the interview today.
Okay. Actually, my shout out is actually going to be for my bestie Bugs. Bugs doesn't get seen on the app. Her comments don't get seen. And no one ever seems to fucking notice her. So yeah, my shout out goes to my bestie Bugs. Plus the fact that I'm living in her fucking house and I don't want to be run out of fucking, like, don't fucking cry, bitch. Like, oh my God, she's going to start fucking crying now. Look, see, like, oh, fuck me sideways.
Hi, Bugs.
She dropped me off. She dropped me off the bed. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it is for Bugs. So people, please, if you don't follow her already, please go and follow her. Because we need to find out what the hell's going on with the accounts. I am going to be doing a few videos regarding the situation that, like, a lot of people's comments are not being seen. I was at Clapper Academy when they did their live, and they're only interested in the new people coming in. They're not interested in fixing
that's
glitches.
Unfortunately true. They really don't care about those of us who've been here for a while.
Yeah, look, my other half's evil twin, my besties, their birthday's on the same day. Tank's, by the way, is exactly 1 week later. That's why we're all going to inundate Vegas between the 9th and 13th of fucking April.
That's why I have such respect for Ted, because I was taught respect for my elders.
Wait a minute, oh shit, he is. Oh, do you know what I was going to say? Wait a minute, that's not right. But actually, that's great.
He's got me by a whole week. And for those of you that haven't really figured out, Ted and I are exactly a week apart, born the same year, same month, but he was born a week earlier than me.
Yeah, he just couldn't wait.
Apparently, I'm the one that couldn't wait, Val. I was born 2 months early.
Wait, so technically...
No worries, Danny. Yeah, I was due July 9th. I was due June 19th. I was born literally 2 months early and weighed 7 pounds 2 months early.
Peter, no, that's not a problem. We're actually just finished, would you believe, Peter? I am Jodie. I'm actually robbing the cradle. I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah.
So Val, you are literally one of my favorite people on the planet, not just on the app, on the planet. I really look forward to seeing you in October. And again, even though you told me it's fine, I really am sorry I missed the wedding for you and Ted, because I love you both and I really wanted to be there. But
I'm sorry you missed it as well.
Family is always first, as you know.
Yeah.
And I knew you guys would understand it still, and I'm looking forward to meet you too, Paul. And I do say we're going to have a drink together whenever you get over here. Folks, to spread my interview.
Wait. Are we we're going to get drunk? Whoa! I mean, what?
Well,
fuck, I wasn't.
I don't get drunk anymore, Val, but I will have a drink or two.
I'll drink everybody else's. Just saying. Poor Teddy will have to carry me fucking home.
My friends, this has been an interview with Gangster Granny, my friend Val. I love you dearly, Val. I appreciate you for filling in. We will try to reschedule Red 8 Actual for another day.
I love you too, Tank, and I thank you to everybody that came in and stuck up some questions, and thank you for having me, Tank, in more ways than one. Don't tell Tabby. Shh.
And on that note, everyone have a great rest of your Sunday.
Bye, guys.